Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just a quick middle of the day update. In my last video, by the way, I also talked about the daily time frame. So if you're interested in that, check out my previous video. We covered the daily chart in different overall scenarios. However, because the daily chart hasn't changed since then, I mean, to be honest, not even the hourly chart has really changed since then. Let's take a look at the hourly chart only. There have been a few fluctuations here earlier today, a little bit of up and down. Hasn't really changed much though, actually nothing. But I think it did reset the wave 4 by a few dollars. That's it. The overall assumption remains that, yeah, one more low is a reasonable expectation. Yes, we've made a higher high earlier today, but only like $50 or something, broke above the previous one. But we haven't got a sustained break higher, and the market hasn't broken out of this, what I would call a bear flag or a bearish pennant. So until that's the case, until we see a break higher, which would indicate that the wave B has started, which is again also only a corrective rally in a wider wave 4 correction. See, until we really see that break to the upside, I have to still assume and favor that the A wave forms another low. I mean, it's pretty clear that the A wave so far formed only 3 waves. Remember that on Friday, the A wave here, the first wave of that overall wave 4 correction in which we are, that drop was quite direct. But it's crystal clear that this is only a 3-wave move. Now, that's not a problem. An A wave can be a 3-wave move, but we haven't really seen anything that would tell me that resistance is broken, not even initial resistance, you know, and therefore I cannot favor that we are already in the B wave. But it's fluid, you know, the boundaries, you could say, are fluid. We are in a corrective pattern, and in a corrective pattern, you see a lot of transformations, a lot of morphing of the corrective structures, but for now, nothing has changed, and it's still possible for the market to form one more low. Now, don't confuse this with a prediction that we'll get one more low. It's not like that. I'm just highlighting from what I can see now and the consolidation we've seen without any significant motivation to push higher. It would be ideal to still see that A wave. At least we need to consider it. And if it happens, this is sort of the ideal target area between 40,660 and 39,100. Okay, so that it might even need to be adjusted slightly because of the latest high today, but as you can see, it doesn't change much. Yeah, we can adjust it very, very slightly, but that's just because the market pushed a little higher and did reset that wave 4 in white a little higher. So we now have 40,750 to 39,180, and basically the wave 4 here. So the wave 3 could have bottomed on the 12th of January, obviously on Friday there. And then the idea is, okay, maybe this is a WXY structure. Depending on how, let's say, significant the Y wave is, it might already be the B wave or it's still the 4th wave. So I really need to be able to favor that the B wave is unfolding. I really need a sustained break to the upside of this trend line. The market tried it today. Actually, it may adjusted the trend line a little bit better. The market tried it today, failed so far. But yeah, you can it's not a pennant anymore now. It's actually a flag, bearish flag, slightly upward sloping channel, but that's quite typical for a bearish flag. But yeah, if it gets too substantial, if it gets huge in terms of length and duration, then it might already be the B wave that's unfolding. Again, it's too early to say. But the bottom line is we are still in a corrective pattern, and either in wave 5 of A or in the C wave later, I would at the moment anticipate and expect lower prices in this 4th wave. The overall support levels in the 4th wave are 41,814, and that's sort of the level the market is using right now to bounce off from. Then we've got 37,900, which is the next significant support, and then 35,000. This is really key support. Below that level, I have to change the overall assumption on the overall chart, and we are moving from a wave 4 into a more bearish scenario. And the resistance currently for the B wave is starting at 44,220. So it's sort of the first level where we might see a reaction that would be very weak for a B wave, but Obviously, also a B wave would be a 3-wave move. So we might see a first 3-wave move within the B wave, get there, then another bounce and higher. So B waves can take all shapes and sizes, really. They can even turn into triangles, but that's the resistance area, 44,220 to 47,300. And with a B wave, we need to be very, very flexible. But for now, the idea is that we're still caught in a wave 4 correction. Might go a little lower short term before this B wave starts. But even if the B wave is already unfolding, essentially the C wave later should still take us a little lower into the yellow box. That's the current my current understanding of the Bitcoin chart. There isn't really much more to add. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.